feel like as a dad, if you were being vulnerable, society is gonna take you like you're weak.
Yeah.
But that's not a weakness. It's actually like a strength. Being open helps you to be connected more with your family, right? For me, like, yes, I wasn't like open before. Thank God to my wife, like she really helped me and she's been patient with me. But she helped me to be like open, and she always tells me like, babe, like, I'm always here if you want to talk, and she always gives me that space. So being vulnerable has really helped me gain more connection with her, and also being present with my family, and also with clients too as well. Like for my profession, like being vulnerable would also shows like I'm real, like I'm not faking it.
Welcome to Fatherhood Hustle. I'm your host, Mohamed Asper. Today we're joined by Emmanuel, a life insurance agent, a proud dad to his 11-month son, Kaito, and a fitness enthusiast with a lifelong passion for soccer. Originally from Nigeria, Emmanuel moved to Vancouver, Canada 7 years ago and brings a fresh perspective on balancing fatherhood, fitness, and financial protection. His story of embracing vulnerability and building a legacy is truly inspiring. Today's episode, Emmanuel will share his journey from Nigeria to becoming a life insurance agent, how fatherhood reshaped his fitness and emotional resilience, the role of vulnerability and mindset in thriving as a dad, practical tips for securing your family's financial future. Whether you're a dad juggling family and work or looking to protect your loved ones, Emmanuel's story will hit home. Let's dive in. How does a new dad stay fit, protect his family's future, and create space for real emotions? Let's hear from Emmanuel himself. As busy dads, staying hydrated and energized is crucial for showing up strong. That's why I chose BioSteel for clean hydration and nutrition. Use code MNYY1417 and check out for up to 25% off your next order. Check the show notes for the link. Fuel your hustle and keep pushing forward. Emmanuel, welcome to Fit That Hustle. Thank you for joining us. Your journey from Nigeria to Vancouver, Canada, and becoming a life insurance agent is inspiring. Can you walk us through what brought you here and how you got into this career?
Sure. When I came into Canada, I moved into Canada about 7 years ago, right? When I came here, my focus was more about like, you want to build something for yourself and you want to adapt into the culture too as well, right? Then I wasn't a dad, right? So, but back home, I was more like, I had my family, my support of my families. I felt that was my comfort zone, and I want to like leave my comfort zone and go explore and see what's going to be there for me. I moved here all by myself. It was kind of scary, and I was the only one here too, right? I finished my school from UBC, and then after finishing school from UBC, I did accounting back home. I did my CPA back home too as well. But when I finished from UBC, I wanted something different for myself because my dad owns a business back home, right?
Okay.
He's an entrepreneur. So I've always had this business mindset. I've always run multiple businesses. So my first business was I managed my mom's corner store. And after managing my mom's corner store, I did like clothing business where I sell clothes from my dormant from my apartment. And I also did like fish, and I sold puppies as well. So I did like multiple businesses, and I just wanted to do something different for myself, right? So I worked with a delivery company for a while, and then from there I went into, after getting my papers and everything, I went into being an advisor, right? A life insurance agent as well. But what changed my mindset would be when I had my son, right? Because I've always worked with different clients, and I've seen like some clients who are not prepared financially, right? And sometimes they get caught off guard, right? But it's different when it's your own family. Yeah. So that switched my mindset into like going into or helping more dads, busy dads, and more families to educate them about like what they should have and like how they can prepare for the future, because the future is uncertain too.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Okay, good stuff. And as a dad, what drives you to help families through your work?
What drives me? I think what drives me would be as a first time that I had like my 11-month boy. I know like firsthand how, for you too as well, I think you would want to protect your family, you want to provide for them, you want to give them stability. And these are not just for today, we want to do it for like the future too, right? I think one of the things would drive me would be being a dad and also seeing other families, right? I want to educate more families, just like the way I have peace of mind, the way my family is more properly protected, right? Like my son having his own investment too in place, starting early, right? I want other families to have that same peace of mind, right? And that drives me into educating more people like my own family so they can achieve this. Because you know how this country works. I like as an immigrant, like, and having your own family back home, you just need to prepare for the future too, right?
Of course, and especially like it's nice that we have these type of options in Canada that you can provide this type of investment, and it's something that I know you're gonna talk more about it in the podcast in more details. That it's actually a good thing that a lot of people don't even know about. By the way, even non-American, there are people that have been in Canada all their life. You know, they don't know about stuff, and I've had conversations about about something like this with other parents, and they just don't really know about it. So it's good for us to, you know, talk about it and then see how parents and families can actually protect their family, like you said. How has moving to Canada shaped your approach to your career in life?
Moving to Canada shifted my approach to my career in life in a way. When I first moved here, you know, I was just thinking about myself, right? Just how I can make money for myself, how I can live, how I can provide for myself. And then I got married and I have a boy now, but it switched my mindset. I see life differently now, right? And also like moving to Canada, I know like I schooled in UBC, but I feel like there's so many people born and raised here. Like there's so many things we were not taught in school, right? No one ever taught me how money works or what type of investment I can have for myself, for my kids, and stuff like that. They don't teach that.
That's everywhere. That's everywhere, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know why the government doesn't teach that, but I think that's another story. But so that's shifted my mindset because I know like I learned the hard way for myself. I learned like I've made like multiple or bad investment decisions, which I used to learn. I like learned through like joining the financial industry as well. Like I learned a lot too, right? So your question is what shifted my mindset, right? So
Yeah.
what shifted my mindset would be like not being able to or seeing families which they don't understand like how money works, and you understanding this concept that motivates me, that drives me into educating more people, more dads like myself, so they can be more prepared, they can be more financially stable and protected as well.
So, Emmanuel, you're a new dad to Kaito, who's 11 months. How has fatherhood changed your approach to fitness and health?
As a new dad to Kaito, 11 months, how has fitness changed my mindset into fitness and health? As a dad, I know as you were a dad too, it's hard or it's kind of tough, right? I would say there's always time for everything. Whatever you take serious or you want to like schedule it in your calendar, you take it really serious. So for me, I schedule my workouts, I schedule my health and fitness, right? I always normally before Kaito, like I used to go to the gym like 5 times in a week. I play soccer. I spend so much time with playing soccer and stuff, but now the time is not as much as it used to be. So I compress the time. So I focus on like, you know, being active. You know, sometimes I go on like morning ski with Kaito with the stroller, or I go on morning runs with him. I go play soccer. And you know, the beautiful thing is, Mohammed, we all go to all these events almost together, like as a family. Like I play indoor soccer, right? I go with my wife and my kid. He watches me from outside. He's always like, you know, he loves playing too, right? So all those things are like, you know, doing all these things as a family. I do like body workouts as well, body weight workouts, like push-ups and all those things. He's always there. Those has helped me shifted my mindset because I want to be active. I want to have the energy when he grows up, you know, and I want to be present with my family too as well.
Yeah, it's also like a transition, right? Like, so when you think back, if you did exercise when you were in college, it's totally different than you now exercising when you have a family.
Yeah.
Like when I was in college, I was big, I was buffed. I used to take creatine, I used to take heavy weights, you know. I built a lot of muscles, and then, you know, left that after a while, tried to change it up before getting married. And then when I got married, you know, it was different. Both of us used to train together, and then once the baby came, our timing got a little different as well. So then I started doing mine at night. I usually were at night, both of us. Now I do it early morning. Now I've been doing that for a long time now. And haven't stopped. But sometimes, yeah, you do. Like even when you travel, you go on vacation, you know, it happens. But you're active. That's all that matters. If you're active and you're feeling good, you're okay. You know. you go through this transition, right? And it changes. Like for me, I prefer doing the 15-minute workout. I would love to do more, but it all depends on the time that I have available, because I have the kids, I have a business, I have this, I have that. But as long as you're doing it efficiently and effectively, and you're hitting the right muscle groups, and you're doing it the right way, that's all that matters. So the duration doesn't matter. It all depends on you. It depends on your what type of fitness that you prefer, and the tiring that you have. So that's why we always provide a customized plan, because you're busy. Your type of busy is not the type of my busy, but although we're still busy dads, but we're not the same. Even the type of food, that's very important. Nutrition is more important than the working out too, because that's where your energy, that's where you get the good body there as well. And that's very important for us to teach our kids at a very young age. Like I have my kids, they don't even drink soda. Yeah, okay, they have like some fizzy drinks like here and there, but it's like, as long as they're doing 80% or 90% of healthy food,
Water, then you're good. Yes.
exactly. Yeah.
That's the same thing with me, where
We also don't want to restrict them. We don't want to restrict them to feel that when you keep something away from someone, especially when they're small, they're gonna rebel, right? And we don't want that, So because then they'll go crazy. So no, it's okay. Have fun with it, enjoy it. But too much of everything, this is what I say. Too much of anything is not good.
there.
Anything.
Yeah, that's the same thing with me. We always like make homemade food. My mom always make homemade food, and thank God my wife too. She loves homemade food, so it's like yeah, we do eat outside once in a while, but but like you said, 80% you're good.
Exactly.
So yeah.
So you mentioned working out 2 to 3 times a week with things like skipping rope and walk. What practical strategies help you stay active with a busy dad schedule?
I would say what strategy helped me being a busy dad would be, honestly, when you think about working out, sometimes as a dad, you be like, oh, I don't have time for that, I don't do this. But if you take out ways of like working out or staying active without really exercising, like for example, for me, sometimes you just see me like in the living room, I just dance with my son. That's being active. Sometimes I just go play soccer with my friends, hang out, but you play soccer, you're staying active, that's fun, right? All those things have really helped me, because when you come back home, you come back refreshed, you come back with more energy, and you're more present with your family too as well. So those little things like that, I mean, it doesn't have to be like an hour workout anymore. Now it's like 15 minutes. You're intense with the 15 minutes, you're intense with 20 minutes. I go to the park sometimes with him. He's playing in the park. There's this pull-up bar sometimes in the park. I do my pull-ups.
You take advantage of anything that's around there. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like I even say, just a walk, like even a 30-minute walk is also good. So
It's also good.
yeah.
I do like 10K steps nowadays. It's something like I do these days. So yeah, staying active.
Yeah, so what you're trying to say is that you also challenge yourself in certain things as well, like taking 10K steps or whatever, which is good, and yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I do that.
That's definitely a positive thing. So soccer has been a big part of your life, and you've picked up sports like spike ball. How does staying active make you a better dad?
As a dad, you want to have the energy, you want to have the stamina for your kids, because yes, they're young now, but carrying them around when they're like older, you want to be there, because sometimes they'll be like, oh dad, can you carry me? It's not like they cannot walk, but they just want that same feeling, right?
Yeah.
Being active, and also I want to be strong. I want to have that stamina. I want to have that energy. When he grows up, I can run after him, I can catch him. I want to be like a role model to him. I want to be someone he always looks up to, right? Someone who's healthy, someone who's fit. Yeah, so all those staying active has really helped me. And it also helped me being more like present with him, I come back with so much energy, So all those things have really helped me into, staying active and also being a better dad.
Yeah, I have like prospects sometimes when I talk to them and say, yeah, well, I don't have the time to stay fit. I have all my time goes to my kids or goes to my work and all that. But this is why we do what we're doing now, right? So like you're a great example. You're saying that, no, I need to stay active because that's gonna actually give me energy for being present for my child. And this is what we're trying to say here, and a lot of people are just thinking it of the opposite, is like, no, I shouldn't put time for myself because that's me being selfish. But it's not. You're not being selfish. You're actually, whatever you're doing it for yourself and for your family. You're getting better for them and for you, right? So and that's something that I feel that you're doing, and it's working. You're getting that energy. You're providing yourself. You're being present to your child and your wife. So, and that's what we want to emphasize on for other dads. That, hey, you know what? Don't think like that. You're not being selfish. And even if you're selfish, it's okay. If you feel that, it's okay, right? So because you're allowed to, and that's something that we have to emphasize for other dads, especially new dads.
I also listened to this podcast. I don't know if you know this guy. It's called Myron Gordon. He said, if you're not getting better, you're getting worse.
Exactly.
If you train your muscles and use your body properly, it's going to last you longer and you're going to stay more healthy. And
of course,
so those has also like helped me, like all those things, little things, you want to like put them into practice, like,
exactly. So if you've spoken passionately about dads needing to be vulnerable, why is this so important, and how has it shaped your life as a dad and professional?
Being vulnerable, people always think being vulnerable, it's a weakness. You shouldn't be vulnerable. That has shifted my mindset and my profession. But as a dad, like when I was born, when I was raised, we were raised to be tough, to man up, not to express our emotions, our feelings. We feel like as a dad, if you were being vulnerable, society is gonna take you like you're weak. But that's not a weakness. It's actually like a strength. Being open helps you to be connected more with your family, right? For me, like, yes, I wasn't like open before. Thank God to my wife, like she really helped me, and she's been patient with me. But she helped me to be like open, and she always tells me like, babe, like, I'm always here if you want to talk, and she always gives me that space. So being vulnerable has really, really helped me gain more connection with her, and also being present with my family, and also with clients too as well. Like for my profession, like being vulnerable would also, it shows like I'm real, like I'm not faking it. And clients, like you work with different clients too, like they can tell when you're like, you're just after the money, or you're being real, like you really care about their health, and that's something I really, really care about, like my clients' goals, their health, like their feelings, and how they can stay protected and have this huge investments in place,
So how do you create space for vulnerability in your daily routine, and what benefits have you seen?
How I create space for vulnerability, I would say for me, I always wind down at the end of the day, and I incorporate meditations, in my daily routine, and also morning and midnight prayers. Those has really helped me. And I feel like sometimes you get caught up with so many things and work and so many things happening at the same time, but we fail to go back to our source, which is God, right? Giving him the whole, like your worries, your troubles, and every other things. But yeah, having praying in the morning, at night, and also meditating has really, really helped me. And the benefit would be, it gives me perspective, and it makes me grounded, like, okay, things are certain because our God is certain, right?
Oh, sure.
So yeah, that's what really helped me.
That's amazing. Yeah, I follow the same thing as you, which is great. What advice would you give to dads struggling to open up or handle the emotional weight of fatherhood?
I think the advice I would give to dads would be, first, vulnerability doesn't mean you're weak, you're soft, whatever word you call it, but it's actually a strength. It's a strength. It's a way you can connect with your families, with your kid, with your wife. Advice I would give there would be, first, slow and steady is a progress. For me, I wasn't really, really open at first, but slow, like 1 or 2 times you've been open, you've been vulnerable, it really helps you, and you see how you feel after being vulnerable. You feel lighter, you feel relieved. So start slow, don't take things too much. Also, having a patient wife and having a patient family also really helps. I would say also seek advice from other dads too as well, right? For dads, sometimes we always want to isolate ourselves. We always want to be in that zone, you know. But seeking advice from other dads like yourself, you've been a dad for, I don't know, maybe 10 years now.
Yeah.
So you would have like more experience than me. I'm just a dad for like a year now. So I feel like seeking advice from other dads too would really help too. So,
Yeah, that's the reason why, like for me, for my fitness and this podcast is like relating to busy dads, because I can relate. Like if you're struggling with your fitness, I can understand, you know, because I'm a dad, I'm busy as well, you know. So it's not like you mentioned earlier, it's not about the transactional business. No, it's being there for you. You have a friend, you can be vulnerable with me. Even though we do the workouts, you need to be vulnerable. I'm here for you. And that's the main important thing that we would like to get this message out there, that it's not just a transactional thing. I can understand you, and that's why my target market is busy dads, because I can understand you and I want to be there for you. And that's the same thing with you. Now you relate to dads and you want to be able to provide other dads and families their family security financially, because you can relate to that too, right? So because you have a son now. Yeah, definitely.
yes.
Can you share a moment where being vulnerable or facing a challenge taught you something valuable?
Before, I would say, I always think I can do everything myself. I always want to be like, you know what, I don't really need help, you know. And I think that affected my relationship with my wife too. So, but when I started being vulnerable, being open to her, we gained the connection. And also, when I was open to her at some point, I felt like there's some things I gave her I could tell her my fears, my worries, my frustration, you know. There were some things that were like hard for me to do way back. Like you know, we run a business and there's some things like you probably don't like doing, you know, but you be like, I'm gonna do this regardless. But there's some things like after opening your frustration or like telling them like, hey babe, I don't really love doing this, can you help me with this? Stuff like that really helped me, and then I felt like the workload reduced a little bit.
Yeah, delegate, like just like in a business, right? Like you have a department, each department is specialized in something, marketing, finance, etc. So delegate it. And that's exactly what we do have that problem. I know I was there for in that position for a while, and then I got to a point like, you know what, I don't need to put so much pressure on myself. It's just too much headache. I already have enough in my mind. I'm going through it now, so we don't need this. Yeah, like that. So let's dive into your work. Insurance, life insurance. You mentioned life insurance policies that grow cash value. Can you explain how these can benefit busy dads?
As a dad, our life insurance policy can benefit that. It's not just about the coverage itself. So people always think life insurance is about death, right? Like death benefits, the family gets this money. Yeah, they do get the death benefit as well. But with the cash value option, which grows cash value, there's two types of permanent life insurance, which offers these two products. So a universal life and whole life insurance, right? These two products, they do have the potential of like growing cash value, which can be used for education, it can be used for emergency expenses, it can be used for buying a new home or new business opportunities, you know. All this can benefit that is it's tax-free. So, and they can take money out from that policy to reinvest or buy businesses or set up their kids, right? For example. But for me, to my son Kaito, I started early for him, like before he even turned 2 months, because I always feel like I want to provide for him and have him set up for life, you know, not just with money, but having options, having opportunities to maybe do a business, or if he wants to go to school or whatever you want to do with the fund. So he can have options and not just, right? I feel like if I had more options as a kid, I would be better off, of course, you know, but that's something I want to have for my son, right? And I feel so many other busy dads too would benefit from this as well.
Yeah. So that's basically like a type of investment that you can actually borrow for something that whatever is needed for you at that certain time. So instead of you going for a bank loan or going for borrowing from someone, whatever, you get that and it's tax free. And then you can reinvest it again and all that.
Yes.
Okay, that's amazing. Okay. Oh, what's one key thing dads should know about starting life insurance early for their kids, like you've done for Kaito?
Starting life insurance for your kid gives your policy the opportunity to grow and compound. Time is something which is valuable, right? There's a saying which says the best time to start investing is now. And the best time to start investing for your kids is when they are born. Giving your kids like 20, 30 years for their money to compound, something as little as $100, $200 every month can end up into, when they're like 20, it can end up into being like, 70K, 50 grand, up to 100K, depending on how it compounds,
Yeah.
And I don't think any kid who is in his 20s, or most kids who are in their 20s would have like 100K to start a neat business at that point. But it's something we can do for our kids, right? Starting early, letting compound interest do the work,
That's amazing, man. That's a great option. If listeners want to explore life insurance or connect with you, what's the best way to reach out to you?
So they can reach out to me through my Instagram, TikTok, my website, email. I do reply to people on DMs. I reply to people on my comment section too as well. And some people leave comments too, and I do answer their questions. Sometimes I do find time to make a video about the questions they even ask, so it can educate them more and they can share to their friends, But yeah, those are the ways you can reach out to me.
Yeah, so we'll definitely provide all that details of your contacts in the show notes, and then they will be able to reach out to you directly. And you're passionate about starting a dad's group in Vancouver for networking in sports like soccer. Tell us more about this vision and how it ties to your goals.
So I want to start a community of dads, right? I feel like I don't think there's something like this where dads can be open to other dads, right? I want to have this community so where dads can be more like dads who are like driven to, who like faith-based, right? Okay, yes, I'm a man of God, I love God, and I trust him. He's the one and only, and also they can be vulnerable too. Like they can be open to other dads. They can seek advice. They can seek support from other dads. And not just about that too, but we can have fun too as well. We can play soccer. We can play other sports, spike ball, and whichever, right? I feel like that sometimes we always want to be like isolated. You want to be like on your own, But because of the busy schedule, work and everything, but having this kind of group would also like help me touch more lives, help more opportunities. Dads can connect to other dads. Maybe you do a service of like a fitness and I need a fitness trainer, you can help me. I provide financial services, I can help you. So it's more like just building that community so dads can support other dads.
One thing that I would like to add to that is that dads are like you said, yeah, they're like alone, but because they're busy. But to be honest with you, there's a lot of dads that's just their character, like I've met parents, okay, where the wife was talking to me and she was introducing me to her husband. Okay, so they're the social hub, and a lot of dads are like, oh no, and like even sometimes when I meet other dads through my kids' academies and their camps, I see some of them like they're alone. Like I'm a dad, I'm alone, not with my wife. They're also not with their wives, but they don't really communicate. And then I feel like, okay, I need to take that little step, and then start talking to them, and then we became good friends and all that. So it's a character thing as well. Not all dads are really open to talk to others.
Yeah, true.
So how do you hope your journey inspires other dads balancing busy lives?
I hope other dads, I wouldn't say I'm perfect, but striving to perfection, being present to my kids, being active, staying fit, getting my finances right, starting something early for my kids. I hope this inspires like other dads, because some dads feel like it's impossible to do all these things. But if you have the mindset of everything is possible, yeah, like things would work out for you. You would stay active, you would be present with your kids, you would always find time to do the things you love to do, and also staying fit at the same time, and also being the present dad, and also being a man of faith too, right? I hope this inspires other dads, because yes, like some days are like tough too for me. It's not like but yeah, every day it's a step closer. Every day it's a gradual process. I hope this inspires other dads, and like, yeah, let's get this together. We got this.
Great. What legacy do you want to leave for Kaito and your community?
I want to leave a legacy of, like starting this community, I want to leave a legacy where Kaito can tell his friends, or like he can tell me, like that his dad is someone who did all the work for him. Like for me, I always talk about like having generational wealth, having a community already set up for you. Like you want to have something already there before you even land your feet on the ground. Like if we do have something for us, we would probably have
Setting the foundation, basically, right?
exactly. So I want to set up a foundation where Kaito can be prepared, so he doesn't have to struggle the way I did struggle, the way I came here. I'm a first immigrant, right? So he already has a citizenship. So,
And he's done.
so
He had to work for it. He just had to be born.
exactly, he just had to be born here. So I want to have this where he's already having that foundation, and like he knows like his dad is always going to be there for him. His dad already had this community. We already touched so many lives, right? And also being a role model to him, right? Yeah.
Emmanuel's story proves that dads can stay fit, protect their families, and embrace vulnerability with the right mindset. Whether you're looking to get active or secure your family's future, it starts with one step. Book a call with me today and let's build a plan for your fitness mindset and resilience. As Emmanuel shows, real strength comes from within. Let's make it happen. Thank you, Emmanuel, for an inspiring conversation from Nigeria to Vancouver, from soccer to fatherhood. You're showing dads how to balance it all while staying true to themselves. Connect with Emmanuel to learn more about securing your family's future. Links in the show notes. Thanks to BioSteel for powering Fit Dad Hustle. Use code MNOA1417 for up to 25% off. Stay hydrated and energized. Check the show notes for details. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode with a dad who needs this message of strength and vulnerability. Until next time, stay strong, stay resilient, and keep hustling.